Hi everyone, this is Gayle. For the second time, I don't know what happened. I did my Friday Frolics video and then the phone rang, so I ended it. And when I came back to upload it, it was gone. So either I hit cancel instead of stop, which wouldn't surprise me. But welcome to Friday Frolics. It's been a busy week for me. I'm going to the beach on Monday, and thank goodness the hurricane has taken a turn so far to the west a little bit, so it shouldn't affect me at the beach. Maybe a little bit of rain Monday night and Tuesday, but other than that, it should be a good week. But I've been through enough hurricanes to know that it can change its mind at any time. Even the weathermen said it's going to be Saturday night before they know for sure how it's going to affect us. But I know one time it's probably been, well, my kids were still in school. We were supposed to get a direct hit from a hurricane. And all the schools closed and everything, and got up, the day before, everybody, it was announced that the schools were closed and people didn't go to work. I was with the rescue squad at the time, the volunteer rescue squad. We went to spend the night at the squad building, but in case we weren't able to get out of our homes and our driveways to get there to make a call. And it was the prettiest, sunshiniest day we had in forever. And because at the last minute, the hurricane took a sharp turn and totally missed us. We never even got any wind and rain. We just had beautiful sunshine. So the kids enjoyed a nice day off from school. I had a day off from work. But I had spent the night at the rescue squad building. But that's the way it is. I lived out in a rural area then. But I feel so bad for the people in the Miami area. I lived in Florida for 10 years, right outside of Orlando. And I had seen Andrew come through and had seen and heard the horrible things. But until I moved down there, Andrew totally changed Florida as far as even insurance. All the insurance companies, the major insurance companies almost went bankrupt because of the damages that they were having to pay from Andrew. So I have State Farm, always have had State Farm car insurance and homeowners insurance and renters insurance when I was in my apartment. And when I moved to Florida, it wasn't an easy thing to switch my insurance because there is a State Farm, but it is State Farm of Florida. It seems like the major insurance companies broke off Florida from their main company so that if it ever happened again, they would lose that company, but the whole company wouldn't go bankrupt. And it was a real chore getting insurance and everything. It was kind of crazy. And then I had 2 water damages. When I moved into my brand new house, I hadn't even moved in yet. I went with the refrigerator was there. It came with the house, and some friends from my church came to help me clean up before I moved in. And when I went in, the water hose to the refrigerator had broken, and my bedroom, which was on the wall opposite, on the other side of the wall where the refrigerator was, the carpet was totally saturated. And the woman that lived there before had a little dog, and so there was a urine smell. So we ended up having to pull up carpet and all that. And then what was the other one? There was another, I had the hurricane. We had 3 hurricanes come through Orlando in one summer. I think it was 2000 and, I don't remember when. About 2005, maybe 2006, somewhere in there. Orlando, who never got hurricanes because by the time the hurricanes hit the shore and came across the state, they usually were tropical storms or whatever by then. But Orlando got 3 hurricanes in one year, and my roof was demolished. I wasn't the only one. I mean, the city was just crazy. Everybody lost their roofs, and so when I had some water damage, and after that, my insurance got canceled. My homeowner's insurance got canceled because I had had 2 water claims. Well, nobody else would write my homeowner's insurance because of the 2 water claims. And it was awful. I had a terrible time. I had to beg and plead for them to not drop me because it was a requirement for my mortgage. And if I didn't have the homeowner's insurance, what the mortgage company was going to charge me for their insurance was way beyond what I could afford. But anyway, all this is to say the hurricanes in Florida are not fun. And this one just really breaks my heart to know that no matter which way it goes, Miami's going to get hit pretty hard. And I've got friends in Miami, and I'm just praying that everybody gets out. You know, I hope they learned from Andrew that it's not a place you want to try to ride out the storm. So let's all, if you're a praying person, you know, pray for the people in Miami because it's going to be hard. And as it comes up through the state and up through the United States, it's headed up towards Ohio now, from what I understand, which I think is really strange. But I don't think it'll be a hurricane by the time it gets there. It might be a tropical depression or whatever. But it's the second major hurricane we've had, and there's another one out there coming right behind this one. So the world, it's a changing. Anyway, let me get back to my Frolics. One of the things I wanted to tell you is a lot of people are asking me about my Etsy shop. I have opened the shop, but I only opened it so I could start adding some items. But these items I'm adding in are in there as drafts. They're not published yet, so there's no items showing in my Etsy shop. I'm going to be putting some things in there, but because I'm going on vacation next week, I didn't want to activate the items and then me be gone. Especially, if anybody wanted anything, I wouldn't be here to ship it. So I'm planning on opening the shop on September the 18th. And, so I'm going to have a variety of things. I thought about doing 2 different shops, one for my paper crafts and one for my clay, and didn't really have enough of either one to warrant having a separate shop. So I am going to combine them, but I will have categories, and my categories will be, you can identify what you want to look at that way by looking at the categories. But I'm going to be putting my planner clips. You remember I did a video on these. But these are my planner clips. This is a big one. It's the only big one I did, but I really like it. But it's kind of dimensional. And this is my favorite. Was this one. It's a seahorse on sort of a sea water background. And I have a pansy from a cane that I made. I have little flowers. So I've got these. Some are just like this is a square kaleidoscope cane. I've got different ones, and I'm going to put those in there. And I had them in there before and didn't sell many. I sold a couple, but not many. But I believe my audience has changed a little bit, so I'm hoping that I'll have more people that would be interested in those. I'm also going to be putting some canes that I've made, and I'm not making any new canes for this. I've got enough canes in my stash now, but anything that I feel that someone else might like, I'm going to put into the shop, the ones that are already made. If you want to look, I had a cane destash about, I think it was in May, and you can search my videos for cane destash, and, look at that one, and in the notes, in the description, I've made a list of all the ones that are in that D-stash, and I've marked the ones sold that were sold, and I may have removed some. I don't know. Some of them I may have used when some of them didn't sell, and I had other projects, like when I made the turtles. Some of them I used on my turtles. So they may not all be in my shop, but if you want to look there, you can at least have an idea of the canes that will be going into my shop. And if I have anything new that I've done since May, I will include those too. But so far, right now, the only ones I have are the ones that are in that video until I go through my other canes and see what I've got. So those will be going in there. I'm thinking I'm going to add some of the things I've made, like my little fairy house. I made a fairy house probably about a year ago that I really like, but it's just something I have to dust. So I would just like to maybe sell that. I have an ocean votive, not a votive, like it's sort of like a little vase. I guess maybe it's a large votive. But I covered it with fish and seahorses and seaweed and stuff like that. So I will be having that in my shop. I do have, my Christmas frame. I have a tile Christmas frame that I made, and it's all done with polymer clay tiles, and it was a lot of work. And there's a lot of stamping in there. There's a lot of charms that are embedded. There's just lots of things in there. So that one is probably going to be the most expensive thing in my shop. That and my nativity necklace. If I have one, I may have sold my last nativity necklace. I'm going to have to check on that. But my nativity necklace is also $35, but the frame will probably be $35 too, just to give you a heads up in case you want to start saving your pennies. But I've only got one, so I'm going to be adding some paper things, and I'd like to get your opinion on something. And I'm trying to do this. This is the thing that I'm making. Actually, I just took the top off and get it to where you can see it. The flaps go in and the top goes on. But I took this off, and that's actually, this is the front. It has the little fish on it. And when you open it up, it'll sit. Let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. It'll sit like this on your desk, like this. But let me open it up further so you can see what it is. In the top half, I've got 6 note cards that complement this paper with envelopes. Now, well, these are A2 size cards, but they're plain on the inside, so you can make them whatever you want. I've got 3x3 note cards. I've got tags that are made for the backing of the same paper, but I put white on it so you could write on it. And that's what's in the top part. And in the bottom part, I'm trying to get this where you can see it and I can see it too. This is a little notepad. You can see it's a notepad. This is a little pocket to put stamps in. And this is a Pentel pen that I took a piece of this paper and rolled it and put it inside the Pentel pen so that it matches. But it's a stationery set, and I really like it. It is not my creation. My design. I learned it from May. For those of you that watch any of the May's videos, I learned this from her, and she learned it from somebody else, so there's lots of them. But I thought I'd make a couple of these and put in my Etsy shop, and I would like your opinion as to how much it would be worth. You know, if you were in the market for a stationery set, what would you be willing to pay for a handmade set like this? I thought I would be doing some in a Christmas theme, but I thought I would make one more like this. I've got everything I made this week in my shoebox. And then, but anyway, I would like your opinion on these. And then I made some note cards and matching envelopes. These again are A2 size, and it's the same paper, it's the same card as it is the envelope. And they're real pretty. This one has got some sparkle to it. Those spots are sparkly. This one has got a foil look. So if you intended to mail these, they would have to go, you would have to put a label on them to mail them. But I thought these would be nice to have. This one is another one that's got the sparkly circles on it. And, and then this one. This is kind of dark, but you could put a white label on here for your address, and then I would put a label at the top for the stamps also, just so that the post office machines can read them. Otherwise, they'll charge you extra money. And the scraps from those card sets, I ended up making 6 different sets of tags. I have 4 of each. But here they are, one of each of those sets. And I've packaged these in, there's 6 of them. So I've got 4 packages, and each one has a different topper because that also came from the scrap that I had. See? So I got these 4, and I was, they're plain white on the back, so that's where you would write your to and from, or in whatever note, happy birthday or whatever. But I'd like your opinion on these also, whether you would buy these tags. I'm not going to make any more until I hear from somebody whether they would actually pay for these. I was thinking the set of 6 to be maybe $4 or $5 for the set of 6, but I don't know, and I'd love for to get your opinion. So please put your opinion below. And then I made some Christmas tags, and I love these tags. They're poinsettias, which is my absolute favorite. And if you can see, I showed these on another video, but you can see the shine. What I ended up doing is I stamped on white cardstock. I stamped the poinsettia in red, and of course the leaves in green. Then I stamped over that ink with clear pigment ink. And then I sprinkled a mixture of clear embossing powder and Journey sparkle dust, which is what gives it the shine. So it looks like it's glittery, but it's all solid. There's no, you feel a little bit of texture, but it's embossing powder, so it's not going to rub off. But I just thought these were so pretty, and they're green and red and white, so that you can write on this. And I've made 8 of them, and 2 of them have these little gold. This is our Journey gold. It's like little gold stick-on pearls, because I thought they would look pretty on there. But if I put these on all of them, I would end up having to charge more, because I would have to buy these little gold things to go on them. And they would also be more dimensional, so it would be a little bit more difficult if you plan on mailing something. So I'd like your opinion on that. Would you be happy with the plain ones, or would you prefer the ones with the little gold dots? So, see, I'm counting on you guys. I'm giving y'all some homework to do while I'm gone next week. But I have 8 of those, and I thought I would package them in sets of 4 or 5. And those would probably be $5. If I do 5, it would probably be $5. 4, I would probably charge $4 a set. But I thought about doing that, and I've got 2 different. I've got this set, which is this is like Christmas green, like that color green, and red and white. And then I have 3 other colors that's sort of a darker red and a darker green and an ivory type white. So I thought I would do some that way too. But I would just like your opinion. Your opinion means a lot to me, and I would really like your opinion on those. What else? Oh, I don't have a polymer clay video done yet from Monday. I've still got a couple days, so I'm hoping I can squeeze one in. I don't know what it's going to be yet. Hopefully, I'm probably going to do something simple that won't take a long time, just because I don't have a lot of time left, and I'd be starting from scratch. But I've got a few other things in here that I want to do, but most of them are going to take some experimenting on my part before I do them. So, or refreshing my memory, and so those probably won't get done for Monday either. But if I can come up with something simple, or simple for me anyway, something that I can throw together without a lot of work. Because with me, I mean, today's Friday. It's already noon. It's I've got to run out to the store. I've got to go get, I've got to get something for dinner tonight. I've got to get dog food for the dogs since I'm going to be gone. I'm leaving Monday, and my daughter's going to be here to take care of the dogs. And she could do some of this on her own, but, I'm a mother. I have to make things right before I leave. Her dog isn't doing really well. We've been having some issues with her, and I was really concerned last week, but I've managed to get her back to eating again. So hopefully that will work out. She'll bounce back. But if you have any other suggestions, any things you'd like to see me do in polymer clay, please comment below this video. And I get comments on other videos, but you have to understand some of these videos are about 18 months old. And somebody that's just finding me and starting at the beginning and watching one of my older videos, and I might say, tell me what you want me to see, what you want me to do. They'll make a comment, and I may not see it. Sometimes they get lost, especially if it's a comment on a comment. So please comment on this video if there's anything that you would like to see me do. And from my patrons, I do want to tell you, I'm probably not going to have time to do a patron video this month, but I have something else in mind that I'm thinking about doing for you, and I'll probably do it this afternoon. I'll be sending you the links, and these are for the patrons that support me with $10 a month. I do have something that I will, I'm going to send you a link to something, and I hope it's something that you would like to have. If not, I apologize, but it is something that's not available to the public, but something I would like to share with you. So, check your inbox, because I'm going to be sending that out probably this afternoon. So see, there's just so much I have to do. But anyway, I hope everyone, especially my friends in Miami and even people I don't know in Miami, please stay safe. Don't hang around and let this hurricane destroy you. It's going to be bad enough if it destroys your home. But, if you have your life and your family together, that means more than anything. So please be safe. And everyone have a wonderful weekend. And I will be back soon with another Friday Frolics. Bye-bye.